fun begins.
How's it going?
Hello.
Well,
Greetings, young Jedi.
hello there.
Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, and today we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series, Luminara Unduli, as she appears in Attack of the Clones, and her costume didn't change after Attack of the Clones. You see her in the background of Revenge of the Sith wearing the same thing, and she doesn't don any gauntlets or anything. This is her outfit for the Clone Wars. So there's a bunch of different shelves you could put this character on. They've of course elected to package her as Attack of the Clones. But this is a character long awaited. I gotta say, I'm really loving that we're starting to get some Jedi Council love in the Black Series. For the longest time, you got a Jedi every now and then, every 4, 5, 6 years, you know, and none of them were background. You know how long it took to get Mace Windu? That's Sam Jackson. Like, are you kidding me? So, the fact that now we're getting 1 or 2 council members a year, while that doesn't seem like a big number, is a huge number compared to where the line has been going all the way back to day one. So I'm super amped about it. Shock T should be available to me here in a couple of days, so hopefully I'll have her soon, and I just can't wait for who's next to be announced in the prequel council members. Of course, Luminara's not a council member, but everyone kind of just considers her. She kind of lumps into the group of just prequel Jedi that you see a bit. So let's get into the review, see what we're getting here. And here's Luminara in the packaging, which we'll talk about briefly. It is your standard Black Series packaging, featuring a big window. Above that is your Black Series logo. She's number 7 in the Attack of the Clones lineup. Her name's Luminara Unduli. Warning 4+ Hasbro. Got a lot of nice red going on there. It's actually very contrasty with the figure. I do like that. This side features some cool art of Luminara as she appears in Attack of the Clones. Her name below that. Around this side is your wraparound window, wraparound red stripe, and your Black Series logo. Around back, you have a Black Series logo, a zoom into that side art, a bio about our favorite Mirrorlin Jedi, and then number 7 in Attack of the Clones once more. A bunch of legal stuff, Disney, Hasbro, barcode, more legal stuff that you don't care about, hanger tab up top. Not a lot to write home about here. We've seen a Black Series box before, so let's open her up and see what you get here. So here's Master Luminara out of the packaging. As always, we start by taking a look at the accessories here, which she only comes with one, but it is the most important one, that being her green-bladed lightsaber. And I gotta say, this has been recreated very well. Now, this is reused from a lightsaber hilt that came with the General Grievous way back in the Red Box era, and that's A-okay, because it's just kind of one of those, oh, what do they call them? They're some like generic clan hilts. They call them clan hilts in the prequel era. There was a bunch of kind of generic lightsaber hilts made for like Attack of the Clones, where they were like, here's like 4 or 5 lightsaber hilts. Had pass out duplicates, you know, for when you needed that arena duel. And they were some generic ones, and that's A-okay. And so this is the clan hilt that Luminara had, and General Grievous came packed with just clan hilts, which was a good choice on Hasbro to sculpt them way back when. But the hilt is painted in a nice kind of like gunmetal silver colors, not like the bright silver we've seen before. It's kind of a little bit closer to like the Darth Maul Phantom Menace hilt color, and I like that. That looks good. It's actually very well painted with the red button and the black button there. And then the gold on the, like the pommel area actually came across very cleanly. Something like that, you'd expect there to be a little bit of slop, but on my personal one, it is very clean. I like that. And of course, the green. They are still using that perfect lime green. I really ought to reach out to Brandon and Mr. Stevie and just comment on that and advise that it stay this way forever, because it really does look amazing. It catches the light. It just looks like it has just a faint glow to it. Whatever this ratio of dye is in the plastic, it's just flawless. Please, Hasbro, keep it up forever. And of course, the blade is removable from the hilt, pegs in like every other blade we've ever seen before in the line. However, there is no peg on the hilt for belt storage. It would be there, but this character just does not have the option to peg the hilt onto the belt, which is unfortunate. I do like that, but I get it. So now, looking at Master Luminara, there's a little bit of reuse going on here, but we'll cover that when we get there. Objectively, she's very new. And first off, I just gotta say, look at that head sculpt. I don't know the actress's name from the prequel era. I guess neither do I know the voice actress for the Clone Wars. I couldn't tell you anything about anyone that plays Luminara. That's what Google's for. But, you know, from what I recall, you know, again, I don't have like the face to memory, but just from what I recall, this seems to be a very faithful portrait. I look at this and I'm like, that's Luminara. I mean, just flawlessly, without question, this is a good looking Luminara figure. Her skin is in a pale green. It's almost like a weird tan, almost green. It's like I want to say like a pistachio kind of color, you know? It's like, it's not green, but she's pale, pale, pale green, almost tan, and that's okay. And this is accurate, and it represents her character well. I love the blue eye, or they're kind of purpley blue eyes, are just really, really peering into your soul there. You got the black lipstick, which I'm sure her lips are just black, and she has the chin diamond tattoos patterns. They're applied very, very cleanly. I love how it worked out. You can see under the headdress there that there are ears. You can kind of just see in the gapping there, because the headdress is a separate piece that's glued down. It's not a removable thing. I know there's a 3 3/4 figure that had it removable in the Black Series 375 line between the two different TVC lines, so it doesn't come off, which honestly would probably annoy me if it came off, because like she never takes it off, and I just could imagine it coming loose. So I gotta say, I really do love this portrait here. Just great looking recreation of Master Luminara, and looks good on all fronts. Really love the sculpted in stitching going on along the bottom edge too. Yeah, just looks really, really good. Under her shirt here looks great. It's got stitching going up either side on the front there, and it's just got a whole bunch of sculpted in wrinkles. She has that nice, is that like a brooch pin or something, like on like the base of her neck? Like that looks really good. Like the rubber sculpted flappy thing on her belt, and she's kind of got like a double belt, thing going on. Great place to put a lightsaber here if you to put a hole in the belt, Hasbro, but it is what it is. But a lot of just really ornate sculpting here, and very, very clean paint applications. I mean, they did great on the paint here. Her sleeves kind of remind me of like the Mon Mothma sleeves a little bit, where it's like a baggy upper sleeve, and then with like the skinny arm sculpt running throughout. She's got these bangles going on here, which just look superb. Just painted oh so very well. And then her hands, of course, are that same kind of like pistachio, greeny tan color of the face. Just looks really good. I got nothing but positive things to say about this figure. She has that kind of purpley black outer like cloak going on here, matches the color of the sleeves very well. And then she has soft goods, like scrinkly plastic. I don't know how to describe it. It's plastic, or not plastic, fabric, but it's that fabric where like, it looks like a t-shirt that you left in the dryer too long. It's got those like pressed in wrinkles in it, but it just looks really, really good. Of course, if you go to lift the skirt, this is where you'll see the reuse. These are the Ayla Sakura Aura Singh legs that we've seen before, were they also Holdo legs? I don't believe they were Holdo legs. I think they came from Ayla or Aura and then got reused on Ayla. I gotta say, I'm not huge on double pinned or the thigh swivel. However, these do articulate fairly well, and there's a boot cut in there. So if you're gonna have legs that you're gonna completely cover in soft goods, I guess I can't really complain about what the look is. And since aesthetic is really just the big issue I have with those types of articulation, you can't really say that it's like a drawback on this figure. You're never gonna see, those legs. I mean, she's dressed like a space nun. Like, she shouldn't be showing any leg anyway. But just a great, great representation of the character. Just a character that I love all of our prequel Jedi designs, and so I love seeing Hasbro like do a good job and get them done right. And the soft goods lay pretty good. Like any soft goods, you got to fiddle with it a little bit. You got to just push it into a position, and eventually, if it will focus, it'll hold that position. So yeah, I mean, she looks really, really good, and I just have nothing negative to say. Let's run through some articulation. So Luminara features the double ball neck. However, this whole headdress here, while soft and rubbery, is going to traffic cone it a little bit. It allows her to look about that far up and then that far down. And you get your side to side and a little bit of pivot in there, which is nice. She can bring her arms up to a T-pose where there is a good butterfly joint at the shoulder. You could theoretically 360 the shoulder joint, but, the headdress kind of dangles over the shoulder, so it kind of just depends. I guess if you turn her head to the side, you can 360 the side she's facing. So, yeah, it is what it is. There are single-jointed elbows that go past 90, swivel at the elbow, 360 at the wrist, where both hands hinge up and down. I love that on my lightsaber characters. She features a mid-torso ball joint, or it's more really at the waist, honestly, and she can crunch that far forward, that far back, which is just nuts. See it side to side, and a ton of pivot in there. Her legs can do the splits. You just gotta, the soft good skirt gets out of the way, but she can split out that far, which is great. You can do any pose you want. Reposition and get her to kick straight forward, not much back is what it is. There's a thigh swivel in there, so some would tell you that that makes it a good figure by default. And then there are double jointed knees, which allow her to kick her own backside. And then there is a boot cut. You can do a 360 turn at the top of the boot, and then her feet can point basically straight down. If you force it, you can push it basically straight up, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get her into some decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. Getting Master Luminara stood up. There we go. Let's bring in some characters for a size comparison. We'll off-center her just a little bit. Now, I know she's from the movies, but let's be fair. I have come to love Master Luminara from her appearances in the Clone Wars, like that iconic Season 1 episode where she and Ahsoka face off against Asajj Ventress. Well, we don't have a Clone Wars movie Ahsoka. Gotta bring her in. Or you might like her more from the second invasion of Geonosis. So, well, Ahsoka's there, not as much interacting with Luminara, but let's bring in Anakin and Obi-Wan, appearing in that episode, and also our most recent Jedi, like council member type Jedi, is Ki-Adi-Mundi, and so I just feel it's cool to bring him in. And then for just a kind of a generic 6-inch height figure, here's the brand new Captain Rex. As you see, she's a little bit shorter than everyone else. You kind of got to run with the assumption that most women folk are just a little bit shorter than the men. So I think she's good. She's definitely over 5 foot, not 6 foot. And a lot of the guys are just sculpted to just hit 6 foot in this line. And I think it works. I think that she looks very good in this group. So at the end of the day, what do I think of the brand new Jedi Master Luminara figure? I gotta say, she has been done to absolute perfection. There's nothing to criticize here. This figure articulates amazingly. It's decoed perfectly. There's no missed paint apps. There are so many intricate paint apps when it comes to those bangle cuffs and the little tabard flap in the front of the skirt, and just her, the diamond tattoos on the chin. I mean, there's so many little teeny tiny paint hits that could have been messed up. And you even expect the ones like the gold on the pommel of the lightsaber, and Hasbro just nailed them perfectly, impeccably. There's nothing bad to say about Master Luminara. I always got to compliment that perfect, green dye they use on the saber blades at this point. The soft goods are cut perfectly. They lay nice and they look great. I can't knock it, and it's one of those things where, like, you could be like, man, those legs are kind of old. Yeah, reuse keeps a line like this alive, and like I said, I don't care that they're kind of dated. They articulate nicely enough, and if you hide the ugliness of the knee joints, underneath of a soft goods skirt, can't bitch, it's good. I just gotta say, this is just a superbly well done figure. Way more attention to detail and effort has been put into this than you might think. And she very likely is going to end up, if not on, somewhere very near my top 10 list of the year. I mean, just Hasbro has been really, really cooking lately, and I'm just really happy with what we're getting. And this is just a very well done figure. So I'm going to compliment it as such. Great job, Hasbro. I love to see it, and I really hope that it stays this way. So thanks a bunch for watching, everyone. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those end of video stuffs. I'm going to go work on something else now. So until next time, may the Force be with each and every one of you, and goodbye.